Although Jordan Peterson sometimes slices people in half with his arguments, it isn't uncommon for him to get concerned. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at 5 times that Jordan Peterson got owned. Yes, sometimes even the best of the best slip up, and Jordan Peterson is no exception. Anyways, let's get straight into the video. Number 1. Jeffries. Jim Jeffries was interviewing Jordan Peterson and putting him in a situation and asking him what he would do. However, things take a twist when Jim puts him in the same scenario just a little back in time.
Making people bake a cake for a gay wedding.
Making them do it?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
But here's the argument, so should they be able to deny making a cake for a black couple if they don't like black people?
Allowed to? Probably. That doesn't mean it's right.
Okay, so then we had the civil rights movement where they said black people, you had to serve them in your restaurants and stuff like that, and it did work and it did make our society better, but would you argue that that still wasn't right?
No, that was right.
Then Jim achieved something very little people have experienced. He made Jordan Peterson admit he was wrong, and that's not something many people can say.
Why is that different to now if you didn't want to make a cake for black people?
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not different. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong about that.
Number 2. Well-being. In this clip, Peterson is doing a panel with the live audience. He's being asked about well-being and what it means to him. When he answers the person that's interviewing or talking to him, he makes an absolutely hilarious remark that couldn't stop the audience from laughing.
We're just saying that however we're going to define well-being, which is, I say you can start with a couple of foundations. You could start with death is preferable to life, but you don't get very far that way. And
stop suffering.
Well, no, I'm saying you could start with death is preferable to life, but you don't get very far that way because those
you do. You stop suffering. You just die.
Yes.
Right, so you can start with the presupposition.
Except that when you're dead, you're not being, so there's no well-being.
No, well, that's...
Jordan wasn't very happy at the fact that his opinion just got ridiculed in front of a live audience. And by the looks of things, the impact of the joke made him sit differently.
True, because there's never been a secular humanist government on the planet.
I don't know. I think the Soviets were pretty secular.
No,
humanists.
Then,
I know
with all due apologies, you do not know the first thing about what secular humanism is. You should read the Secular Humanist Manifestos, because what happened in Russia and communist countries was an institution of a religious-like structure centered around an individual and forced atheism, none of which is...
Number 3. In this next clip, Jordan is getting interviewed when he is asked about feminism and equal pay for men and women. And then I guess that lit the fire in his head because he just exploded.
No, but for the same work, women should be paid the same.
Who's going to decide if it's the same work?
For the same job, you're a professor at university.
Yeah.
Your female colleague should be paid the same if she's a professor at university.
What if our publication rates differ? What if our teaching quality differs?
You're a capitalist in a way, but you don't.
No, not in a way. I'm definitely a capitalist.
You are definitely 1%.
Although the journalist keeps bringing up interesting points of view, Jordan, like he always does, sticks to his point no matter what. Do you think that makes him stubborn or persistent?
Going back to feminism, why is it destroying the social order?
Well, I don't know if feminism per se is, but there's a certain form of radical collectivism on the left that's a threat to the social order, just like it has been for more than a century. If they would have kept their mitts off my free speech, I would have kept my mitts off their doctrine.
Okay.
I'm not happy with people who put group identity before you.
Number 4. A mean mad what? This clip is possibly the funniest one on the list. Peterson is at a debate, and the subject of political awareness comes up. Then he gets called a mean mad white man.
To be complicit in the very problem itself terminologically. You're beginning at a point that's already productive and controversial. You're saying, how can he get his equality back? Who are you talking about? Jordan Peterson? Trending #1 on Twitter? Jordan Peterson with an international bestseller? I want him to tweet something out about me in my book. Jordan Peterson, right? This is what I'm saying to you. Why the rage, bruh? You're doing well, but you're a mean, mad white man. And you're going to get us right. And I have never seen so much whine and snowflaking.
As if getting called a mean mad white man wasn't enough, he gets called out for many other things too. You can tell by the way he's shaking his head that he's just not happy.
The mean mad white comment was not predicated upon my historical excavation of your past. It's based upon the evident vitriol with which you speak and the denial of a sense of equanimity among combatants in an argument. So I'm saying again, you're a mean mad white man and the viciousness is evident.
Okay. Let's reset.
Number 5. Pronouns. In this clip, Jordan Peterson was being asked why he didn't use the correct pronouns while talking to or about trans people, and his answer was jaw-dropping.
Making people bake a cake for a gay wedding.
Making them do it?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
But here's the argument, so should they be able to deny making a cake for a black couple if they don't like black people?
Allowed to? Probably. That doesn't mean it's right.
Okay, so then we had the civil rights movement, where they said black people, you had to serve them in your restaurants and stuff like that, and it did work, and it did make our society better, but would you argue that that still wasn't right?
No, that was right.
Why is that different to now if you didn't want to make a cake for black people?
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not different. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong about that.
In this clip, Jordan was in the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was being asked about the interview that you just saw in the last clip, and why he admitted that he was wrong.
Bloody below.
So that concludes, even the masters themselves slip up and get owned every once in a while, and that doesn't make them any less credible, guys. Everyone messes up, and there's nothing we can do about it. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this video. Do us a massive favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. With that said, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.